Hey everyone, it's Heidi with the Usborne Experience. Yeah, my kids are having a sleepover. So we've got 4 kids here, which is normal for some people, not for this girl. And we've been at the lake all day. I'm trying to get them as tired as humanly possible. And we've come back and they're playing outside. And so I was like, all right, I'll go downstairs, which is like right, you can hear them screaming, and like make some of my flip through videos. And I started making a flip through video for this new release, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this book is just too beautiful. Because I wasn't going to do a live with it for some reason. I was like, oh, I move this. I was like, oh, I'll just do a flip through and no live. But then I was like, I have to show this book. This book is delightful. And then I saw myself under the lights in this video. Oh, look it. I need some of that Roden and Fields reverse stuff. No, I really do. If I had $250 laying around, I would totally get it. Because look. Feeling my age, girls. I'm feeling my age. But I'm talking about a Woodland book. And people in the woods don't really wear makeup, so I guess none of that made sense. And then I put this sparkle stuff around to try to like deter from it. Let's get to the book. Look at this book. The Usborne Woodland book. I am a big lover of all things woodland. Both of my kids had like a woodland themed nursery. There's something about woodland animals. It's just so magical. So this is a brand new book available now, and it is a nonfiction book. And I think it's good for so many ages. It's good for book reports. It's good for kids that just like to read about nature and animals. It's good for the littles to snuggle up and read about it because the images are so beautiful. So, I mean, look at even the cover. A beautiful hardback book, and it's thick. This book has a lot of pages. Now, the neatness about this book comes out right from the beginning. Look at this. This is the table of contents. Are you kidding me? It says, you are here. And then it goes through, here's a child coming. I don't think it's my child. You can see them going through. That's the entire table of contents. So cool. So it starts with what a woodland is. And you can see, again, snippets of information. Oh, they're loud. Snippets of information to hold attention. And they're all about, like, slightly different things. I love this page. Look at this page. A summer woodland. Look at that fox. Again, look at these passages of information. Mosses are plants that grow in thick clumps on damp ground. Frilly green plants called ferns. It categorizes some of the flowers. Virginia waterleaf, Virginia creeper. It's just so packed with really interesting information. Kids aren't going to get this information in school. They're not. Like, where are you going to learn about stuff like that in school unless you take, a botany or an ecology course in college? They're not. So this supplemental information is just, so good. So this is feel, smell, and listen. There's a lot of, I say categorizing. It's not really. It's labeling, a lot of labeling the parts of the woodland right there. Listen, what can you hear? Some animals, such as deer, have big ears so they can hear things from far away. Cup your hands around your ears to make your own deer ears. My husband needs to do that to hear me a little better. Smell, oniony wild garlic. So it's giving you smelly adjectives, which is really funny. And so in the feel area, the adjectives are about feeling. Squashy moss, scratchy lichen, sticky sap, woody trunk. And then the smell is oniony wild garlic, earthy mud, fragrant wildflowers. So cool. There's a page on all sorts of leaves. And it gives you really interesting, just little facts about the different leaves. There is a woodland birdwatcher page. How pretty is that? Woodland creatures. Goes through all the creatures. Look at that little guy. Cute is he? Look at this. Footprints. How fun would it be to bring this out even in like the winter? Although maybe you don't want to bring it out in the winter because we do have bears around here and that would be kind of scary. Woodland animals leave lots of clues. Look at all the cool clues you can find in nature, from feathers to broken shells to broken nuts, paths dug under a tree or a bush. Look at a badger. It says these are clues that a badger might leave nearby. These are clues that a rabbit might leave nearby. So cool. As the summer ends and when you go on a fall walk, the things that you can see, look at how beautiful that is. Knock it off. A tree's seeds. I always like the page on seeds. We don't learn a lot about seeds. There is woodland shelters. How cool is that? Oh, my dad is texting me, excuse me. Woodland shelters. Look at the vibrant artwork. Oh, it's really beautiful enough to like rip out and hang on your wall. Mushrooms. We have another book. It Starts with a Seed, that has a whole thing on mushrooms. I really think mushrooms are really, really interesting. Mushrooms and all about them. Honey fungus feeds on tree roots. Dead man's fingers looks like hands poking out of the ground. That's kind of cool. Amethyst deceivers, fairy rings. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Up high. Oh my God, we could just keep going and going and going. Look at this page. Down below. Let's see what I can see here. Look at just how saturated with color that artwork is. Oh, it's so good. And again, it doesn't read like, page full of information. You get to, next to the picture, read about what's going on. So, I mean, honestly, your eye is drawn to do I want to read about this first? Do I want to read about this first or this first or this first? And right underneath is that, look at little pieces, like a sentence or two of information to hold attention, which I just think is one of the smartest things that Usborne does. Some woods are ancient. It's so cool. Up in the branches, you might see jagged breaks where parts of an old tree have died and broken off. It just talks about ancient trees. It talks about if you and a friend can put your arms around a trunk and not touch fingers, the tree might be well over 100 years old. And it talks about hugging trees there. I don't know what's going on in that. Explore the woods, make a picture map, and then it goes over some activities you can do. Look how pretty. So pretty. This is cool. Write a woodland journal. So it's not just, a reading nonfiction book. There are things to do in here. Silhouettes and shadows. Sorry, my father was now calling me. Silhouettes and shadows is really, really, really cool. Look how pretty that is for a summer night. Ready for this page? Oh my gosh. Imagine just being like a 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old and just how I don't even know the word. This would just draw me in. So it talks about owls and bats and moths. And then a winter woodland at the end. So it goes through all the seasons. I like this page. Look at the trees. This is called, I don't know what this is called. This one's not really called anything, I guess. But look, it shows you all the different barks. Isn't that really, really neat? Oh, I like that page. So pretty. Another page. Navigation. Springtime. I can't read. Ooh. Tales and legends about the woodlands. So cool. Trees, more trees, and then you have your glossary. Even the glossary is beautiful. And your index. Guys, and are you ready for this? This book, with all those pages and that artwork, 66 pages long, is $9.99. I don't know how that happened, but this is just, I love this book so much. We're going to read through this book cover to cover, and they're going to learn so much cool stuff. And the real reason I love Usborne books, hey Jenny, the real reason I love Usborne books, this is the true reason. It's not because of my children. Is that terrible? If I could be a full-time student for the rest of my life and get paid for it, I would. That's what I love. So I became a teacher instead because you do get paid for that. But not so secretly anymore because I just gave away my selfish secret. I like these books because of me. I can use bedtime as an excuse to cuddle with my kids and have one-on-one nice time. I can learn about things that I don't know about. Obviously, I want them to learn things as well. But for real, like some of these books are just for me, so I can learn all kinds of things. And as I always tell my high school students, I have high school chemistry students, and they'll be like, why do we need to learn this? Why do we need to learn this? I don't say because I told you so, or because the state of Massachusetts told you so, or like whatever. I just say because the more you know about chemistry, insert whatever you want, the more you know about chemistry, the more interesting you are on a date. It's really what it comes down to, and that's why you need to know this. It works. Because what do they say after that? I mean, some of them be like, I'm interesting enough. And I'm like, you're really not. But I digress. So, the Woodland book is now available on my website, theusborneexperience.com. And you can find me with no makeup and shininess and all this. This is called something. Mother's mask. Isn't that terrible? You can find me with no makeup on and not really caring. Over at The Usborne Experience with Heidi on YouTube and Instagram. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later.